What's up, football fans? It's time for week number 11 of the NFL picks and predictions for the 2024-2025 season. But as we always say, let's look back. Do we really have to do this? Do I have to look at week 10? Because yeah. Starting off week 10, we got the Thursday night game correctly by the skin of our teeth. By the skin of our teeth, we picked the Baltimore Ravens at home, who won 35-34. All right. Then we jump in. Carolina can't possibly, the worst team in the league, can't possibly win 2 in a row, can they? They do. And I did not pick them. That was not one of my upsets. And boom, I'm already down, so I'm now 1 for 1. Then all of a sudden, Chicago, at home, decides that the New England Patriots need a win. So 19-3. Get absolutely dog-walked. Followed up, we thankfully win over the Indianapolis Colts with our Buffalo Bills pick. Another favorite. Once again, I picked only 2 non-favorites this week. 2. And look at that score. So, continuing on. So, Buffalo, we get a win. Yay. But then, Denver. Our big upset pick. Okay. Now, this Denver pick was in the bag. I don't know what Mahomes was cheering for, scoring all of 16 goddamn points against the Denver Broncos, and you're there cheering like you're top dog and everyone praising 9-0 Chiefs, 10-0, they can't be beat. It's like they have not won a game. Detroit Lions will destroy them. If Detroit sees Kansas City, they will annihilate them like 55-20. They will destroy them because Kansas City has yet to win. You can correct me on this. Maybe this happened maybe by 8 points or 9. They have not dominated a single football team. They have not, and I explained this before, they have not gone in there and done 41-7. They have not done this against weak teams, mid teams, and good teams. They have not done it to anybody. And the fact of the matter is, Denver screwed up. They screwed up hard. I was watching that, yelling at my TV. So I'm very mad at this upset pick because it was easily a 17-16 win for the Broncos, and the Broncos screwed it up. You can argue, oh, the special teams, blah, 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 are so good on Kansas City. No. Trust me. They screwed up. Had they gone for it on 3rd and 7th with 9 seconds left on the clock, it would have surprised the special teams. They wouldn't have had the 30 seconds to get prepared. They're like, all right, guys, let's amp up. Let's do this. At 3rd and 7, nobody expects them to go for it on 3rd and 7. You know, you want your kicker in better position. No. You do it, and you get the kicker out there, and boom, you kick the damn ball. Kansas City did not have a timeout, so they would not be able to ice the kicker, which is a very unsportsmanlike practice. I always hate it, in my opinion. And that ruined my week. Once again, I'm currently 7-7 this week. Worst week, I believe, all year. I'm pretty sure this is my worst week. I barely broke even. But I would have been happy with 8-6 had this not happened. This was the thing that ruined my Sunday. It really did, because Denver had all the chances in the world to not only get a first down, by the way, but they also squandering their chances to maybe get it into the end zone. They thought that a kick was a surefire thing. And once again, chip shots are actually more likely in the history of the NFL to be blocked than ones from, let's say, the 25, 30-yard line. Ones on the 10 and 15 are the most likely to be blocked, because the kicker doesn't have as much distance to... Anyways, point is, this put me in a bad mood, 110%, and it doesn't get much better because Atlanta loses to New Orleans. How? why. I didn't watch this game because I was too focused on watching the Broncos shit the bed. But why? How? Ugh. So, I have 2 wins, 4 losses at this point. I'm sinking ship. I'm trying to get into the top 10, and meanwhile, I'm going down. Multiple digits. San Francisco barely wins against Tampa Bay, go figure, but most people didn't pick Tampa anyways. Washington somehow loses to the Steelers. And I might have cleaned up a little bit here with Minnesota over Jacksonville, Chargers over Tennessee, and Philadelphia over Dallas. But almost everybody picked these ones. So that's not a surprise. Followed up by the Jets. That wasn't even an upset. That was a dog walk. That's the type of shit you want Kansas City to do to a Denver Broncos team. But they're unable to, which is why I shit you not, I can't stand Kansas City this year because their fans are acting like they're this juggernaut tyrant when they are not putting up 31-6 in any game this year. Period. So that pisses me off that not only do my 2 upsets fall to the ground, other people picked upsets, New England, Carolina, and Pittsburgh, and won out. My upsets both fail, and this is the week that the favorite tier list, where everyone goes, oh, you're crazy for picking against Kansas City, you're crazy for picking against Arizona. Yeah? Well, what about Miami? What about Pittsburgh? What about New England? What about Carolina? Because all of these were so underdogged. If anybody went a pro line for Carolina, New England, Pittsburgh, you made bank. On $10, I guarantee they won $200. Because nobody was picking that shit. I'm even looking at the stat scores right now, and Chicago had a 92% favor. New York Giants had an 81% favor. So what I'm saying is this week destroyed me. Not only the fact that I didn't win a single of my... I only picked 2 upsets. Tried to be a little more conservative. Put a couple of Hail Marys. Worst case scenario, I only get 9-10 points. Didn't even break the 10. Both upsets failed. All the favorites lost. And I'm sitting here with my dick in my hands. And it sucks. Because then, of course, I watched my Cowboys get absolutely... And I didn't expect them to win. I literally picked against them. The Eagles. But they got dog walked. To the point that I was like, alright, if it was going to be 34 Eagles, could Dallas not score 17? Maybe? Make it look like it was a game? It was disgusting. It was a disgusting, disgraceful performance by the Cowboys. And you, once again, you would think that that would have been the thing that made this week terrible for me. No, I already expected us to lose and picked against them accordingly for this reason. It was that Denver one. And then, after this, as I said, Dallas. So Eagles win against Dallas. Jets bomb against Arizona. Detroit ends up winning, barely, but everybody picked them anyways. And then Miami comes out of nowhere and beats the Rams. 7 for 7, drops me almost from near the top to the middle of the pack. That's how bad a week I had. 7-7, breaking even might not sound so bad, but I tell everyone, I tell you guys now, I tell you every week, that if you don't average 10 points a week, you're not getting in the top 15. Don't even talk about the top 5 to win money. So this is just... I now have to make up, not only for the fact that I was only in 13th, 12th, whatever, I got to make up those points. I got to make up for this debauchery by at least 3 games on everybody, plus what I didn't already have. In all honesty, I don't think I'm getting back anywhere near the top 10 at this point. I think my year is over. I'm pretty sure my year is done with this bad week. 9, I might have survived. 7 is too low. 7 is too low to get into anywhere near the top 5 or even be in the chase. So, it is what it is. I guess I'll try to win a week. But yeah, this week, worst week of football all year for me. And honestly, the games weren't that good either. Like, I didn't enjoy any of the games. None of the games were that great. San Francisco at Tampa Bay was pretty good. That's kind of it, in all honesty. Detroit and Houston, that was a good game. But can you honestly say any of the games were good games? Everyone was kind of either playing like shit or destroying another team. And honestly, unless it's your team, but if you're not a fan of like Pittsburgh and Washington, if you don't care about either team, then I mean, I suppose you could argue that was a pretty good game because it was kind of close and stuff. But if you're not a fan of Arizona or the Jets, that wasn't a good game. If you're not a fan of Dallas or the Eagles, that wasn't a good game. So yeah, it just wasn't a good week for football. But I'm done bitch moaning and complaining. Let's move on before this cold gets the best of me to Week 11 picks. Okay, so for starting us off with tonight's game, we have Philadelphia in Philadelphia over Washington. Now, I initially picked this one because Washington, I would have picked them. I would have picked them regardless how much damage they did to the Cowboys. I would have picked them if Washington had not just lost to the Steelers. That bothers me to the point that I think Philly in Philly will actually manage to beat Washington. I've been the one saying that Washington is the strongest team in that division right now. But not after that loss. I'm sorry. It was close, but you shouldn't have been close against the Steelers. And, the Eagles would have done better. So I'm going with the Eagles. Won't be surprised if it's a hard game. Won't even be surprised if Washington wins. But I can't in good conscience pick against the favorite this week. Though, once again, picking the favorites did me no good last week. So maybe that pick will change by kickoff. Who knows? Then we're going Green Bay over Chicago because fuck the Bears. Then we're going Detroit over Jacksonville because Detroit is currently the strongest team in the league. Minnesota over Tennessee being the second strongest team in the league. Yeah, right there. Miami over Vegas because Vegas sucks and Miami managed to beat the Rams and show up and they have their quarterback back and a few other things. So let's go Miami and Miami. Rams still over New England because I think the Bears just suck. They shit the bed. Not that the Rams didn't do well against Miami, just that Miami was the better team. I was so sick of football, I don't even know what happened in that game, to be honest. I didn't even watch the Monday night game. I was footballed out by that point, not going to lie to you guys. But then we're going to go New Orleans over Cleveland. As much as I hate New Orleans, Cleveland kind of bottom of the barrel too. So I don't know. Now, Jets are favorited over Indianapolis. I don't know why. So I'm going with the Colts. That's technically my first upset, going with the Colts over the Jets. Baltimore over Pittsburgh, no question there. San Francisco over Seattle. Once again, not really much to say there. Atlanta over Denver because Denver fucked me. That's the only reason. Atlanta over Denver because Denver fucked me with that last one. If you can't capitalize to defeat Patrick Mahomes with one little kick at the 10-yard line, you don't deserve to fucking be picked for the rest of the year. So, fuck you, Denver. Fuck you, Broncos fans. Atlanta, do something. Then I am still going against Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes because he was way too happy for a guy who only scored 16 measly points against the Broncos defense. So Buffalo, please, please beat his ass. Like, I'm not a Kansas City hater. I'm really not. But the way the season has gone and the way the fans are behaving makes you just not like them nearly as much. Doesn't it? Like, I got no beef with Travis Kelce or Andy Reid or Patrick Mahomes or Kansas City Chiefs in general. I don't mind. I remember when they sucked too. So, I mean, I got no beef with them. But this whole we are the best that's ever been and no one ever was, attitude is sort of, well, wasn't that long ago Tom Brady was winning dynasties. Wasn't that, and then before then Troy Aikman with the Cowboys, and before then San Francisco, and before then Miami. So stop acting like you're the only ones who have ever won a championship, or gone 9-0 in a season. Hell, Tom Brady did that and still lost the Super Bowl. He went perfect record and lost. So we're the greatest of all time before literally beating any of the stats. That attitude's just kind of bothering me right now. So it is what it is. And I'm still butthurt from the loss last Sunday. And then we're going to pick the Bengals over the Chargers as our third technical upset. Our upsets this week are only 3 with the Colts, Falcons, and Bengals. But I do feel like Cincinnati's got a better shot at beating the Chargers. I don't know why they're not favorited in this matchup, but that's what I'm picking. And of course, the Texans are going to destroy the Cowboys. Sorry, Dak's out for the rest of the year. People can bitch about Dak. Sorry, he's an elite quarterback. He is. He's one of the best on the field. And even if he makes mistakes, but that's all coaching. I'm sorry. Bad plays, bad coaching. Even the elites won't do well when the defense can read you every single play. Sorry. Even miracle quarterbacks, the Drew Brees, Brett Favre's, and Tom Brady's of the world will not make miracles happen every goddamn play when the play is so obvious to the defense. Just saying. So, but we're definitely going with the Texans for Monday Night Football. That being said, those are our Week 11 picks. Not very happy with them. Certainly not happy with last week, but maybe we'll change a couple of them up. Maybe I'll change to Washington for the Thursday night game tonight. I have no idea, but yeah, I felt confident in how I was picking all year long, and then this last week really struck a sword into my confidence, and it's still there. I haven't pulled it out quite yet, so is what it is there. But I think this is the longest picks and predictions video, just because I'm bitch moaning and complaining so much. But yeah, anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed some football, even if I didn't, over the long weekend. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys back here next time. Hopefully this week goes a little better. Maybe we get 10 points this week at least, so we don't look so terrible by the end of the year. But anyways, just hoping for 10-4 this week, as I always do. I always hope for the double digits, because I don't think I'm climbing myself back out of that 7-7 hole. Is what it is. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Don't forget to share your own picks. See you back here next week. Have a good one. See ya.